the ideology is insurance is affordable.
Yeah.
I know in Nigeria, insurance is mainly sold than bought. I can't just make a regulation, that says it's compulsory without great education. Your money is secured, and that means because insurance is you are getting more than you pay. That's how insurance works. One of the easiest claims that is being paid is third party.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ogiva Imasian as always, and today we are looking to speak to the the new insurance reform act, and I have with me Adaramola Simeon, who is he's actually an award-winning insurance content creator who uses a lot of storytelling and relatable content to create a better understanding in the insurance space, and is actually recognized by the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria. And welcome to Everyday Money Matters.
Thank you very much.
So is Adaramola Simeon.
Yes, Adaramola Simeon.
Yeah, thank you very much. So it's good to have you here, and even me myself, right? I'm actually not even as clear, so I had to jot down some very key points in regards to this. So I hope at the end of today, I will have a better understanding.
Yeah,
about it.
Sure you would. You would.
Likewise, the audience as well. So you said you said you've won some awards. Can you shed a little bit of light?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good morning, Lagos. My name is Adaramola Simeon.
Yeah.
Yes, I won an award. I was recognized by the insurance industry.
Okay.
In July.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
Also embarked on a tech hackathon, which I also was awarded in July. Okay. And I've been creating insurance stories for the last 2 years now. So
that's good.
Yeah, that's it.
That's good. Please keep it up. I mean, at least so we have you here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And without further ado, let's just go straight into it. Let's even understand what the Nigerian Insurance Reform Act 2025, right? It has been signed into law. Yeah. So can you explain what this new law really means for Nigerians, particularly in terms of its potential impact, on the insurance premiums and general insurance sector, really, for us?
Yes. Thank you very much. I mean, this has been a great topic, in the industry.
Yeah.
I have a lot of interviews here and there. So I would just say first, kudos to the president.
Yeah.
I mean, this insurance bill has been in the pipeline for, I think, as best as I know, 6 to 7 years now.
Wow, that long.
And our president has just signed it, I think, about last week.
Okay.
And it's keyed on about 6 pillars. I think the first one is the recapitalization of the industry. So for people that are, conversant with stock, they saw that the insurance stocks went up because of that recapitalization. So the capitalization has increased. That means they can take on more risk. And also another one is that, it has been digitalized. So insurance has been more digitalized now. Yes. And that's why we see the Nigerian Insurance Commission, the National Insurance Commission, has brought up InsurTech guidelines for the industry. That was never done before. Then also we have, there will be zero tolerance for delays in claims. Claims is when, for example, you have your car damaged and you get an insurance company. It's taking like 3 weeks, but now it will be cut down based on this law. Then also one other key point is that there's an insurance pool. So for example, in a bank when perhaps it is insolvency, and when you go to the bank crashes, like we've seen a couple of things, people lose their money. But insurance now, there's an insurance pool whereby every money is being put there. So for example, when you pay your premium and what is not going to happen, well, let's say it happens, and the insurance company is insolvent, your money is guaranteed. So your claim is definitely guaranteed. So I think those are the key highlights of the new insurance. But one other one is the brown card, the ECOWAS brand card, which has been extended. So that means that if you have a third-party motor insurance policy in Nigeria, when you go to Ghana, you go to Togo, you go to Cote d'Ivoire, you can still be covered, even though it's not within the boundaries of Nigeria.
Really?
Yeah,
wow,
that's it.
Wow. That's nice. I was going to, after your explanation, I was going to ask you, to list the key points, of this. But fair enough, you've covered it. Yeah. So going back to where can the average person find the guidelines, like you mentioned?
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of news outlets have carried it. Okay. The gazetted copy, as far as I know, one came out yesterday, and that can be seen online too. But just search for the Nigerian Insurance Reform Act 2025. You definitely see all the guidelines there. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So, and definitely timeline for claims is shorter.
Yes.
So, for all you insurance holders, I mean, nobody's praying for an accident. But at least you're sure you will definitely get it shorter. Okay, so that's nice. I'm happy. I'm not accident prone, thank God. But I feel
you should.
I feel
better to be safe.
Better to be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and one of these goals really of the new act is to make insurance easily accessible, right?
Yeah.
So how would this law really achieve? I'm looking for the right. How would this law achieve that really? And what steps should consumers take to ensure the benefit from this?
Yeah, thank you very much. Like I said, one of the greatest ways to meet insured communities is technology.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why there's been introduction of technology, the InsurTech guidelines. So what InsurTech basically means is that insurance by technology. So that means they can go as far back as, so from your phone now you can get an insurance policy. I'm very sure almost everybody has a mobile phone, and that makes it more accessible. That's on the technology side. On the other side is that there are new risks that are evolving. So because of the capital increment requirement for insurance companies now, that increase their capacity to take on more risk.
Okay.
Before there's some risk in Nigeria that can't be taken in Nigeria, it has to be taken abroad. But now, because of the capital expansion, those risks can be taken. And by so doing, a lot of people will definitely be rich. Because one thing about the insurance industry, we currently have a penetration of less than 1%. And with this bill, backing regulations, compulsory insurances, we all know about the third party that was, making rounds. And so because of that, I can't just make a regulation, that says it's compulsory without great education. And that's why I'm also here. I tell a lot of stories online to tell people that this is how insurance is and try to break it down. And obviously, all the players, both the brokers in the insurance industry, the InsurTech, the insurance companies themselves are all bent on education, and pushing it to. I believe it's just within a short period of time, I'm very sure everyone will be very aware about it. I mean, everybody's aware about third party. How do we know? So very soon.
The average Nigerian
yes, and that's because it's regulation, right? So regulation definitely drives penetration.
Some of them don't even know you can actually make claims on third party insurance. They just feel third party insurance is about the lowest it is there. I've paid for my insurance.
Police, let me go.
But you can actually make claims.
Yeah, you can.
Third party insurance, the insurance company fixes the other person's vehicle, right? But that's if you are at fault. Anyway. Then if you are not at fault and you still want to
for more than 1 million.
For more than 1 million.
More than
so you see, and I wanted to also ask. So, how does this make insurance affordability better in Nigeria? Really, just to shed more light on that.
So insurance is the ideology is insurance is affordable.
Yeah,
I know in Nigeria insurance is mainly sold than bought. So that's a lot of insurance people are selling insurance, but it's not really bought like in other parts of the world. Nigeria has a penetration, I said earlier, less than 1%. The highest in Africa is 11%, about 11% there, that's South Africa. And that's because of regulations in South Africa. So I'm saying that, the premiums are not really going to change. Third party is not going to move from what it is to 15,000 to 20. No. It's still going to be the same. And I believe strongly that any premium that's going to be raised now, it depends. Premiums are being calculated based on the risk. So the higher the risk.
And the value of the car,
and
right?
yes, exactly. The higher the premium. So it's going to definitely, from my own end and from my own, research and also survey, it's going to remain the same, in terms of premium.
And on the long run now, right? So if you say that on the long run, how would this affect the general public and insurance providers?
So on the long run, it's going to affect the general public, definitely, because they are more protected now, and one of the things that insurance gives you is safety, peace of mind. So for example, I can walk up to an insurance company. Let's say you have a life insurance policy. You can get a life insurance for 10 years and you're covered for 10 years. Anything that happens to you during that time, the life insurance company is mandated to pay you. So that means that definitely you are covered. You are basically covered, and for example, based on the new risks, there's one, property, so for example, we've seen in Lagos, people building properties. Now you have to have insurance on every property. So if you want to build a property now, you have to have insurance, and so we've seen, buildings collapse here and there, and the government has to take that burden either for any reason, political, we don't know the reason, but now the insurance companies are going to hold on to that and take those burdens. So I believe with that, it's going to definitely push it and make it create more, more introduction and more people, bringing more people into
I mean, if you say that,
industry.
speaking of property, I think it will even go a long way into regulated land sales, right? In regards to people building lands or canals and all that. So the average insurance company will not be looking to insure you.
Thank you.
If you are building in a location where you shouldn't.
They won't, because they'll do their survey.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, that's good. And this is one of the questions I really wanted to ask you. This one, I wrote this down. So, I mean, the reform is being seen as a way to definitely strengthen the insurance industry. So, in your view, right, how does this law compare to similar reforms in other countries? And will it position Nigeria really as a leader in the African insurance?
Yeah, so
you mentioned South Africa.
Yes. So insurance generally all over the world is thriving generally on regulations. So in the UK, it's regulated that you have a life insurance policy, you have an household insurance policy, and that's what's also coming to Nigeria. And not to forget that why these reforms came is because of the 1 trillion economy that the Tinubu government is going after. And so that's why. So generally, regulation drives insurance. For example, if I tell you, okay, for your phone now, you need to have insurance on your phone, you will definitely get it right, because if anybody sees you on the road and asks you for your insurance policy on your phone, you have to drop it. So you definitely get, and that's why even third party is the most bought insurance, and it's because it's regulated and it's mandatory. So that means that with regulation, it will definitely meet up. And which I believe, I'm just giving us maybe 2-3 years. I believe we're going to be reaching maybe a 2-3% very soon, and because South Africa, for example, that I know is highly backed with regulation. That's what is driving it, mainly South Africa. Yeah.
I mean, that's true. I mean,
we're getting there.
Yeah, and I've always known, but it didn't dawn on me, right? I mean, I remember trying to get a contract line abroad. Yeah. And it came with insurance. And at the time, I'm like, what am I forcing me to insure my phone? And it just comes with it, so it's part of your
it's part of your package deal. Yes.
Okay, so
embedded insurance.
Yeah. So I mean, one of the criticisms, right, for insurance is low penetration. In Nigeria. So how do you see this law addressing easier access to insurance in like rural areas? And what role really, or does technology play, or how far and how well does the presence of technology, you understand, support this really?
Yes, like I said earlier, there was, prior to these reforms, there was also an insurtech guidelines, just like the fintech, and one of the things when you want to put money in a place that is trusted, right? So it's most the insurance companies that are licensed will fully be backed by SEC too, and that means that your fund cannot go anywhere. And I also mentioned the fact of an insurance pool. That is being managed by, the commission, and where, even if there's insolvency, because the issues that many people have is that even if I drop my money now, today, if something happens, how do I get my money? But it's guaranteed that you're going to get your money. And that will further push, because the greatest form of insurance, the greatest form of marketing, is mouth to mouth, is referral. If I tell you now, I got this, you want to do it. And so by so doing, we have also what we call agents, we call them agents that go to those rural areas physically, to reach out to those people, and definitely communications, just like what we're doing also. And the role of technology is going to pay a long way. So for example, some insurance companies embed insurance with the likes of maybe telecoms, banks, so you go on your bank app, you want to just like as if you're buying data, you can get an insurance policy. And so we're so doing. It's going to definitely address, the low penetration.
Okay, I mean, the hard visits have been going on since, like, people, insurance agents go into. That's been going on.
Yeah. There's a part of insurance that's called retail insurance. That's strictly to those places, and
Okay, so this is definitely going to make those agents' jobs easier.
It's going to create a lot of jobs,
Or they'll be less fit.
I know, right? Yeah.
So for those who are already insured, really, what should they expect in the next month? Are there going to be increases or decreases in their premiums, or is it just for the policyholders? Really,
no. They're not going to be increases. Just going to be where they were, and they would also want to do more. I feel, for example, like me now, I'm going to rush to get more insurances because I know I'm fully backed. I'm backed 100%, but I think I'm going to 150%. So there's nothing to worry about. There's still the same premiums they're going to pay, and then they ride on with that. Yeah.
Okay, that's not, and it's also the bill really is aimed at ensuring a stronger industry, right?
Yeah.
How do you think insurance companies will adapt to these new regulations, and will it lead to better consumer trust in Nigeria?
So as I said earlier, it's been long awaited.
Yeah.
So the insurance companies have been waiting for these particular reforms, especially the capital requirement, because they want to handle more risk, and so by so doing, it's going to definitely aid it. Insurance companies are already looking forward to it. So many of them have pre-planned, and all thanks to, the president, of the National Insurance Commission, who also brought this. He has been very proactive, and that's why we've seen about 2 or 3 laws now during his time, coming to exist. So the industry has been waiting for, just like you're waiting for gold to come, something like that. So they've been waiting for it, and many of them have started adapting, even as we're talking about. So there's really no big deal for the insurance company because it's a longer awaited, reform. Yeah.
Okay. So so you're saying now, so if I buy a car right now, right?
Yeah.
Chances of me getting my insurance and everything that goes with that, I can use my phone, for instance.
Yeah. Some companies offer that. Yeah. Some companies offer that. Yeah.
So then banks as well.
Yeah, so there's what we call, they call it embedded insurance. They call it also bank assurance, where some insurance layers with banks. So for example, if you go to some apps, I know there's some couple of insurance companies that do that already. So you just need to go to probably a bank app, just check, you see their insurance portal, and you get your insurance from there without seeing anybody physically, just online, you just send the pictures or whatever they ask you to do. And so, it's already effective. It's already effective. Yeah.
And I know, this all sounds very, very nice. Really.
Yeah.
So, but in a situation where, let's go back to
that's fine.
Claims.
Yeah, that's fine.
Claims period.
Yeah, that's fine.
So in a situation whereby you said it was 3 weeks maximum before, right?
And it depends on the insurance company. Some have been shorter than that. Depends on the insurance
company. Because I wanted to clarify that. I know I've had one experience. I said I'm not accidental, but I had one of that experience. And it didn't really take that long.
Yeah.
But if you fall into a situation where you have not been, attended to.
Yeah.
With in a short period, really,
and you want to,
and obviously you're getting agitated. Things need to be done. You're being restricted from moving.
Yeah.
How does that person address that issue? Really,
the motor insurance, right?
Yes. So if you're being I'm complaining now.
Yeah.
I had an accident.
Yeah.
I followed the protocols.
Yeah.
I've done everything I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
But yet you're not getting back to me on time. I mean, a week is done. What do I do? How do I address it? What do I do to make you respond faster?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. I've also made a video on this recently on that question, So before, I think one of the issues that a lot of people had, they want to, first of all, let me say from verifying your motor insurance. So if you go to the NIID, it's supported by NIA, Nigerian Insurances Association. So once you have your insurance, your third party motor insurance or insurance generally, you can go there and type your policy number and it shows you if that insurance is first of all valid. Okay. Yes, because people can get from various invalid sources. So that's the first thing. Then secondly, after that, if there's a claim, and maybe you've reached out to your insurance company, either by mail, text, whatever, maybe you've reached out to them, and they're not answering. It's just like banks. For example, if people have started threatening some banks now, they don't want to pay money, you just write to CBN. So it's what we call the National Insurance Commission, NICOM. They have a hotline where you can just chat them, send them, you can even call them and tell them, this is what is happening, I've done all the requirements, and these people are not yet to pay. These people are not paying me or they're not answering. That insurance, I can almost bet you to have seen this happen over and over and over again.
Okay.
Because insurance is a very regulated industry, so the National Insurance Commission is going to reach out to that company and give them an ultimatum. So I can bet you with you that once it doesn't happen, you just need to reach out to NICOM, they reach out to insurance company, and I'm very sure your claim will be paid. This has happened here.
So you reach out to them, then they go ahead to reach out.
Yes.
Well, is there any way but definitely you can send an email and copy them, right?
Yes.
I did one with one bank.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, copy CBN at the time.
I don't want to know what happened.
No. Let's not even go there. It's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's I think that works really.
Yeah.
So definitely Nikon will fast track it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then secondly, right? There's comprehensive, there's third party, then there's one more in between.
Yeah.
What you want to insurance?
So different insurance companies call it different names. So there's let me say an hybrid or a morphed third party.
Okay.
So some call it advanced, some give it different names, some call it enhanced, some give it different names. So that means that what that happens is, for example, third party is 15,000. Some can say, okay, if you pay 30,000, third party, if something happens to your vehicle, you're only going to cover the person you hit. Not yourself. That's the third party.
Yes.
But some have now said, okay, we'll give you a minimum cover. So even if you buy this maybe advanced third party for, let's say the name is that, we're going to cover your vehicle also So to a certain amount of money, so let's say maybe 500,000, let me say 1 million, depending on what that insurance company offers you, because they vary according to, so for example, let's say, my car hit another person's car, and then I just had a normal third party. Normal third party just cater for that person. But if I have that advanced third party, there's a certain amount that will also cover for my vehicle.
For your car, but it's fixed.
Yes, it's fixed. So a comprehensive varies. Comprehensive varies on the value of your car. So if you're bringing a Benz and a Corolla, they vary.
Of course,
yes. So that's it. It's a fixed.
Okay, so the reason why I asked that question because I was in a discussion one time where people were arguing about the type of insurance to use for specific commodity, right?
Yeah.
Is that the right word? So if you are building, let's go to properties, right? So which of these insurance offers, right, applies better for property? Comprehensive, the hybrid, or third party?
For property. Okay, so when you say third party comprehensive, that's for only motor. So property insurance, we have what we call property insurance. We have fire and burglary, depending on the risk you're trying to insure. Okay. So if you're insuring against fire, maybe you are building and maybe you have construction material and you believe that there's a risk that there may be a fire outbreak, you go for the fire and burglary.
Okay.
And property, that's if you're building, you're building a massive structure, and you want to say, oh, maybe there's a technicality, something happened, maybe there's a damage, that property insurance will definitely cater for it. But when you talk about third party comprehensive, that's strictly to motor. It's only motor that has that classification. Others have their specific name, like fire, property, like marine, that ship, they have theirs, and life, and different other ones have their.
I'll make sure that guy watches this video.
Yeah, he must.
So the reason why I asked this question was because of the way the conversation was. And he was comparing car insurance to house insurance. So I was telling him, you're insuring your house against fire and a couple of other things, right? You can't be bringing in comprehensive. No. So, Dele, I hope you've heard it. Your question has been answered, right? So, and finally, we're running out of time, really. But, for Nigerians who are still hesitant, about taking out insurance, which they definitely are out there, right? What advice would you give to them in light of this new reform? Is this an ideal time to actually get insurance coverage? So, for me, I would say it has always been an ideal time for people to get insurance. I think the major issue is that a lot of people don't know how it works. A lot of people don't even know what it is really, But I think now that these reforms has come out, we have seen that the government is bent on even educating, and then people, this is the best time for you to take insurance, basically. This is the best time for you to take insurance because, and one other thing I want to just note is that insurance pool I said earlier, where there's a certain pool, where even if anything happens, and nothing has happened, nothing will happen, but even if anything happens, your money is secured. And that means, because insurance is, you are getting more than you pay. That's how insurance works. So you pay 15,000, you are getting more than you pay. So there's a pool that even if anything happens, you can get there. All you need to do is to reach out to NICOM, and they will pay you that exact amount. It depending on the company. So it's not more sometimes now, based on this regulation, it's not if the company, something should happen to the copy or not, it's now bent on the government because there's already a pool that will be created, for policyholders. That's for people that have paid premium like you, that you have more to do that. So that will definitely make a lot of people, that's a sign that a lot of people need to invest, or not invest is for another word. People need to get insurance and know that yes, they are guaranteed, they are covered. And insurance companies, last year, the amount of claims that was being paid was more than 200 million. Wow.
So claims are being paid every day. Those are some people don't know, and some people are ignorant of how to even apply for. So you have a third party car damage, you're already like, I already called Kabiru in the village.
A lot of people,
But if you reach out to insurance, I can tell you one of the easiest claims that is being paid is third party. Third party motor insurance. It's very easy.
You see two people, two people have hit each other.
And they're fighting.
And they're fighting.
I don't need to snap your...
Just snap it. Snap exactly. Take the details. And just go and meet your insurance company. You see them fighting on the road, causing traffic. And at the end of the day, they still don't even go there. They go to fix their car. As far as the people, once their papers are checked, there's an insurance, everybody's fine. So guys, please take note. Third-party insurance still gives you cover. And if you have a little extra cash, you go for the hybrid. And of course, I would advise comprehensive. But
I would also advise comprehensive.
Comprehensive. You have no fear. They fix your car, you fix other person's car.
Can we get a new car?
Can we get a new car?
Yeah, exactly.
For the value, if your car is written off. So, I mean, and comprehensive is not as expensive as you think, really. And if you
comprehensive is 5% of the value of
a car. So, I mean, that's pretty much reasonable, right?
Yeah.
And I've never actually witnessed anyone have a no claims bonus in Nigeria, but I'm pretty sure that happens, right? Where if you don't claim over...
in life insurance, there's
that's for life.
Yeah,
it doesn't apply for cars.
For car, I think it's relative.
Yeah.
I've not really seen that, but for life, it's there's all called chargeback.
Hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah.
Since we're stepping in the right direction. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
I still have a lot of questions, so I'll definitely go to this soon. And we'll probably spread and talk more about other things about cars. So thank you, everybody. I hope you've learned insurance applies. You should make sure you insure. And so catch up with us on our YouTube page. Share, follow Nairametrics on all social media platforms. And we look forward to speaking to you next week. Take care.